Okay. I think we're live. Hopefully we're live. Check the old YouTube. Hey, we're live. Okay. Post it on Facebook. Yeah. Looking good. And we'll share it. Share. Look at that. Boom. Okay. I think we're live. Yeah. Okay. Happy Thursday, everyone who's tuning into the stream or the video. Thought it'd be good to get back on the streaming horse a little bit. I'm gonna draw a comic today. Figured, hi Ross. I figured it'd be fun to do a comic today. Done with my freelance work. Haven't drawn on my tablet in a long time. Got a light. Got my stuff set up, so I thought it'd be a good idea to start streaming. So today's comic is you can't really see. Kind of. We're gonna do a comic today about classic movies. Been watching some classic sci-fi movies lately, and I don't know. Do you guys ever watch like a classic movie that's supposed to be really good, and then after you watch it, you're kind of underwhelmed? I had the same experience with like The Exorcist. I watched The Exorcist a couple of years ago, and I guess everything has to be taken with like a grain of salt, and you have to think about it in context to when it came out and stuff like that. But anyway, that's what today's joke is about. So hopefully we can get it done in 5 panels. So yeah, sit back, put on some tunes or something. Hopefully you guys are working on something fun or doing something fun. But we're just gonna keep drawing. So I had to install. Let's get the paintbrush. I had to install a new version of Photoshop, so I had to like redo all my brushes and things like that. So I was getting everything set up today, and I was reminded of the toolkit I used to make the like halftone feature of my comic. So we're gonna also use a different functionality of that today, so that'll be fun. Let me know if you guys can't hear me, can't see me, something like that, and hopefully we can talk about some fun stuff. So I think for the first panel, I want to kind of initiate the joke a little bit, so I'll just be kind of talking to the camera a little bit here. Yeah. Ooh, that's a different feature. So now you can like use that. Maybe that's a setting. I used to be able to like click and drag, and it would highlight over that area with the magnifying tool, but maybe not anymore. Okay. So I'm kind of like here. Yeah. There's me roughly. We can do the like give me $1. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Interesting. Okay. Photoshop works a little bit differently in 2018. It's good though. It's good to have new functionalities. Always leave room for the speech bubble. Always leave room for the speech bubble. That looks pretty good. Nothing flashy for this first panel, though maybe it should be flashy if it's going to be like the first thing people see. You want it to be swipeable. So maybe I should do something better. Well, it's kind of nice and big and cartoony. People keep reading. I have faith in the public. But yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Okay. That looks good. I'm just going to do all the roughs at once. So let's just create a new layer here. Call this O2. And then in the rough, we're going to delete that. So now this gets more interesting. So we need like a couch. I think we're going to do something like watching the TV, something like that. We could do like a tube TV. No, that's just going to obstruct the view. And then we have, don't want the viewer's eye to have to change too much, so we're going to do something like this. and I'm hunched over, kind of like looking at the TV like that. Yeah. Chelsea says, yo, yo, yo. What's up, Chelsea? Okay. Yeah, that's looking good. And the couch kind of continues over this way. Something like that, maybe a bit lower. Oh, it's auto sort. Oh, see, I don't want that. Ah, there we go. That's more like it. Okay. And then again, I'm actually going to be thinking, so it's always good to just leave room. The King's all here. I know. If only Ian would tune in, but he's not. He's not a true friend. Not a true friend. You see, I got the comments to come up on like the side. Yeah, official streamer. No, the overlay program I use has like themes you can download, so I thought it'd be good to download a theme so that it's not just like a floating box. I really just wanted this stroke around the webcam. Okay, so I'm looking at the TV, trying to appreciate the classic movie here, and then kind of doing the same thing in the next one, though. Do a closer shot. Let's call this 3. Just trying to get these roughs in here. I wonder how fast you can do this comic. It's like not really a... I am legit, Ross. Ross says so legit. We're gonna make it kind of a more close-up, so... Yeah. Again. The joke is basically like the whole time you're watching the movie, you're trying so hard to like appreciate how good and classic it is. You're like, yes, okay, I'm going to definitely appreciate this movie. And then you end up talking about it with like other people who have seen it, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, such a pivotal film in film history. And then you say, yeah, I didn't really like it, and they go, oh yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, hate that movie. I just think that's a funny interaction I have a lot when I talk about classic movies with like my students or other people. All right, so then we have like the hands up here trying to get something like that. And then, nice. Yeah. Oh, okay. I was like, do I have 3 or 4 panels? Looking at my rough. Looks like I've got 5, actually. Which is both good and bad. I wanted to only have 4, but I really feel like that first one's important for the joke setup. Could not be. I could cut it. We'll see. Oh, can't do that. Okay. So then this is me talking to someone else. Oops, that's too big. Yeah, I wish I could play music on the stream, but I feel like people just want to listen to their own music. Bring everyone down a bit. There's my speech bubble. There's their speech bubble. Maybe, yeah, if we bring them down, delete these 2 speech bubbles, bring them down, and get a little bit tighter. Something, yeah, that feels better. Bring them down. Then we do the speech bubble, so we can do one like this, something like that. Yeah. Whoa, Chris Cerrone is here. So legit. Yeah, do this. And they'll have like more of a pose. It's like, oh yeah, you know. So maybe hand on the hip. Yeah, something like that. Cool. How's everyone's Thursday going? Everyone having fun Thursday? Doing something fun? Hope you guys are drawing or animating or composing your art. Working on your art. It's been a long time since I've actually drawn something. I feel like it's been like, I don't know, over a month or something since I've seriously started drawing more. Oh, you know what? I actually want that. And we'll work with this. This pose is actually fine for the next one, for the punchline as well. Cool. So there's the rough. But it's important to keep working on your stuff always. Okay. Nice. Now we'll just do the final line here. Yeah, that's good. Woo. Okay. Yeah, so I'm using a brush I got. I think Ross linked me this brush, but it's got like a nice little bleed to it. You know, it's got a little inkiness to it, which I really, really like. So that's what I use to line my stuff. But I hate upgrading to new versions of Photoshop or Adobe products because then all my presets and plugins and stuff don't get added, so I have to re-add them. Which is why I don't update as much as other people. Alright, let's just do this. I've had the same song stuck in my head all day. Actually, no, let's try the eyes first. Something a bit rounder. Yeah. Looking towards the camera a bit. I like to get that little hint of white in there, just to kind of add that glint. And then I'll put like a nose. I don't like that. Move this eyeball over just a hair. Gives the nose a bit Squidward nose. Really, really long. Gives me more nose room. Simple mouth, nothing crazy. Simple eyebrows. Ooh, that's kind of angry. Oh, look at that. Looking good. Okay. And then we'll finish up that hair. A little tuft going on here. My hair is looking more like the comic these days. I need to get it cut real bad. Yeah, too much of a loop. I'll go with that. That's fine. One thing that's nice about doing the stream is that it actually forces me to work on the comic like all the way through. Can't like browse Google or anything while you guys are watching. Not that anyone would really care. Okay. A little pencil neck. Boop, boop. And I'll just do these kind of nice lines here. Although I do draw them a bit thinner. Idealized version of yourself, man. Dye your hair blue IRL. You won't. Yeah. I'm the little like drawing slave that sits in the box. Okay. Looks good. Maybe I should draw like a little symbol or something. Like a movie roll camera or something. Maybe. Think about it. I'll think about it. I'll put one in. Actually, what am I doing? I'm working digitally. I can just whoop. Look at that. I do like working digitally because then I can make straight lines. Whoop. Ta-da. Scale this down. Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. I need to watch more of that. I bought a video series from Aaron Blaze that I haven't watched. I'm just being reminded of how much of that I have still left to watch. I have like 10 videos or something that I need to watch from that. Do you guys ever do that? Buy something that you're like, yes, I definitely use this, and then never even touch it. did that right there. I love being able to draw on the screen. Having like a legit tablet that you can draw on is so fun. Makes this whole comic possible. Alright, that looks fine. Okay. Now I actually need to put this couch on like a separate layer. No I don't. I actually only use it in one panel. Every leather journal I've ever bought, says Chris. I totally know the feel. I'm really kind of particular about my sketchbooks because I don't want them to be too ornate or nice, because then I feel like either all the drawings in there have to be really, really good, or like I can't do anything. I bought a hard surface modeling tutorial like a month ago that I haven't looked at once, says Russ. I feel that. But anyway, yeah, so I found these like really thin sketchbooks at like what's the store that's on Drexel's campus? It starts with like a P. It's like Prism or something. Anyway, yeah, really inexpensive, and I don't really care what happens to it, which is nice, especially when I'm trying to improve my art skills, which requires a lot of like crappy drawings. Yeah. Anyway. Plaza. Oh, Plaza. That's it. Man, I knew it started with a P. Yeah. I've been uploading the like rough version that I draw in my sketchbook to the gallery of the comic. Do you guys think that's a good idea, or like, is it just not even worth it? Oh yeah, I was drawing. Sorry, I'll get back to work. Okay, the cool thing about having your camera on is that you can do faces. So I want to do a face where I'm like this, almost like where you've got two fingers up. Yes. So it's nice to be able to watch myself. Okay. Always a good idea to save. The last thing I want to do is like have it crash while I'm streaming. Gotta have that hashtag content. Yeah. Oh, I'm like, why am I painting on that layer? Because I haven't selected. Okay. So we're just gonna get this rough in here. Let's get my face going on. That looks good. Always add a little curve to the bottom of the chin. And then let's draw the eye, and then I'll cut it in half. I swear this brush almost seems too thick, but that's fine. We'll roll with it. We're kind of doing a new version. And then we want like a raised eyebrow, like, yes, so hoity-toity. I kind of like that. Try that. Are you leaving soon?
Yeah.
Yeah? My brother's leaving. He's leaving town. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I want to move this just a little. Then we can flip it. You know, the problem is it makes this line so fuzzy. I turn my volume up to 95 to hear it, and it's like... Oh, sorry, is that my Slack? Wait, no, I'm out of Slack. Sorry. That sucks, Chris. Alright, looks like I'm gonna have to draw this, which is fine. I don't like the way it softens the text. The text, or the brush. That's a perfect onomatopoeia, actually. The I actually went in and changed it because that freaking noise was giving me like anxiety. I changed the sound of someone saying the word hummus over. Can you set a custom Slack notification noise? I guess you can. You're saying you actually did, unless you're lying. Isn't it? How big can the file be? It's an option? Why would anyone want that? It's an option. That's so odd. Okay, this is looking, I don't know. It's always a good idea to look at it from afar. I swear this brush is too thick. I might have to pull this back to like 5. Feels a bit better. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm not gonna redraw the first frame because I'm not that professional, but we're definitely gonna just redo this. Yeah, I think 5 is what I used to do. That's the hazards of having a new version that you gotta take control of. Just it didn't have enough room. Someone over there really likes hummus. Yeah. I mean, I like hummus too. Like a lot. Yeah. That's the face I'm looking for. And then we'll do like one of those, like, that bottom lip out there. Yeah. Yeah, that looks more like what I had in my head. Nice. Maybe add like a little bit of an eye there. Maybe. Not needed. All right, that looks good. Okay, let's draw that hair. What's the name of the storyboarding class you took like a year ago? The last time I saw you? That was a class on cgma.com or net or something. They only had one storyboarding class. It was like storyboarding fundamentals or something like that. It was good. It was really good. I just finished up a graphic design course. Might do something online. Yeah, I really liked the course on CGMA. There are other courses that you can take, like on if you wanted to do a class in Animation Mentor. CGMA, Computer Graphics Master Academy or something like that. CG Master Academy. CGMA. I liked this one because it was a lot cheaper than like the Animation Mentor one. And I liked the setting. It was nice. The instructor was cool. I've kept in touch with him a little bit since. So yeah, I do recommend it. Nice. Oh, you know what? I forgot my little alfalfa. What's that called? Cowlick? Something like that? Okay. This is where my hands are gonna go. So we'll just do something simple. I hate drawing hands. I'm just so god awful at drawing hands. Okay. What am I even doing here? Yeah. So this hand needs to come out more like that. Looks good. Thumb underneath, maybe? It's okay. We're learning. Everyone can draw this. Yeah. Yeah. Hands are pretty easy. That needs to be bigger. I think that's gonna read well enough. It's kind of like the least important part. I take that back. It's not the least important part. And then I'm hunched over, so we want that shoulder to overlap with that, and then we'll, yeah, Hunchback of Notre Dame style. Does anyone see Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, the like direct-to-DVD one? Just thinking about that. I feel like someone on YouTube or something did a video series about all the direct-to-DVD sequels to movies. I mean, you guys all know my stance on Aladdin 3, the best one. Yeah, man, there's like, think of a 90s Disney movie and there's a sequel to it. Pocahontas 2, there's like 3 Little Mermaids, I think. I know there's like 3 Cinderellas. I think it was the woman who did the video on the large video series on the Hobbit movies, which was hilarious. That's a fun watch. She's funny. Nice. Hands are a little small, but that's okay. We'll just add a little bit of depth there. This bow doesn't feel too good. I'll just use a straight line there. And is my pixel depth good in this image size? Resolution is 300. Just feels blocky. I guess it's because I'm so close. But I don't normally, maybe I just don't normally draw this close. Let's see. It's today Thursday? It doesn't feel like Thursday. For some reason this week has felt a little odd. But I suppose every week feels odd. I've never had someone say, yeah, today totally feels like a Thursday. You know? Just really feeling it. Really feels exactly how a Thursday should feel. Alright, that looks fine. A little bit of, you know, lineage there. See, if I add this, then it looks super buff. Which is like not what I want to do at all. Because that's not really descriptive. So I think I need to pull this shoulder back a bit. Something more. And I'll make this curve like a little bit less extreme. Something like that. Yeah. Better. Good, not great. Good, not great. How I describe most things I do. Okay. Yeah, I'll buy that. Sure. Sure. Though, I might scale it up a tad. Oh gosh. Yep, I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. Just a little bit bigger. Okay. Let's add a little bit of depth to this. I guess I'm going to be watching these on like some kind of old TV. Which is not true. It's not true. Only the finest version. Okay, Blu-ray. Ultraviolet HD. I don't really care about this. Nice. I don't think it needs that depth back there. Not an important part of the comic. Okay. Then the arm of the chair goes right here, and he's sitting like right on the edge. We're living on the edge. But not that far. Yeah, something like that. Keep that ground plane consistent. Ooh, we don't want tangents. That's another thing I've been learning in my storyboarding classes. You want to keep away from tangents, which means like if I had this floor plane lining directly up with this this foot, it's like not as pleasing, or it's like oddly, it just looks a little bit weird. So we'll just raise that up a bit there. Okay, a little wall trim. Okay. And you know what? I'm actually going to take this entire thing right here, just move it just a bit. Okay. Curve it out a bit. Make sure we have a little room here. It's always good to just leave a little bit of room. Just kind of eyeball that. There we go. Okay, and we'll break the cushion right there. There we go. Okay, and we're sitting on the couch, which I guess does make kind of a tangent, which is not great. Okay. This couch seems tiny. Thumbs down. But luckily we're living in the digital age. Okay. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Select this part of the couch. Don't select this part. Okay. Looks good. Hey, Liz. Is this just Guns apart? Yeah, it's definitely the inspiration for it. You know? That's better. That's better. A little. Yeah, and then we'll draw a little coffee pot. Beautiful. Alright. Undo, that's copyrighted. Is kind of. I think you can argue it. Okay, that looks good. Save, turn off the rough. Looks pretty good. Clean up some of these edges here. Which brings me to this. Kind of raise this up. Again, to get rid of those tangents. That looks better. Okay. Okay. And then this is, of course, the space for the thought bubble. Looking good. Looking really good. Let me just look back at this one. Yeah, it's so thick. That's okay. It's like kind of a close-up. We'll just keep it. You know what we could do is we could take this second one and duplicate it. Bring it into the third one here. Turn it on. Take the rough away. Take this copy one, and we can erase this junk here. Like that old like trace over it. Ooh. All right. Now let's do that again. Something. What the rough look like? Oh gosh. Okay. How do I change the color of this? I suppose we could take this. There. Change the color. All right. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. We'll keep that. All right. Then this needs to go way down because I basically need to draw over this because the line quality looks so crappy. No noise. My forearm looks so thin compared to my bicep. That's better. Okay. Let a little bit of, oops, not that much. Here's my eraser here. What's going on? Cancel. There we go. Erase that. Lower that. Looks good. Okay. Now we'll just add a little bit of depth to that sleeve. Attach. Nice. That looks good. Finger goes like that. The palm goes in like that, and my other hand is underneath the tiny, tiny pinky. Okay, something like that. Go down, knuckle, finger, curl. That's better. Palm, thumb underneath. Perfect. 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 Not just good, but perfect. Okay. What's he saying here? It's like, do I like? Yeah, this is like when you're questioning whether you actually like it. Like, do I actually like this? I think this face needs to be funnier. This is a nice face that we had in the last one, but can't just copy the same face. Okay, it's not what the viewers come to see. They come for my hilarious faces. It's looking more like incredulous. Like, do I even like this? Like, ooh. Something kind of like that. Yeah. Okay, so I'll make this. Can't have that too diagonal though. eye a bit bigger. Yeah. There we go. Alright, that's not bad. Maybe something more like, yeah, need that like crease in the cheek to make you like, you could add another one. Nah, that looks too bold. This turns it. No, we'll just keep this. That looks fine. Okay. Hair. Something like that. Little side burn. Okay. His ears. Too low. And too big. There. Guess we could also, it'll break up the panel a little bit. Though, again, thinking about those tangents, you might just bring that up a bit between. And we'll even add a little bit of a cushion here as well, whether that is true or not. You could argue it is. We'll do it more here. More here. That looks fine. Break that line up a bit as well. It's always fun to break that up. Just a little detail. Whatever. Whatever. And then, of course, room for the... Have you guys watched The Terror? Ships stranded in... Oh! I heard about that show. Is it any good? Have you seen it? That's like it's like set in the 1800s, right? And they get stranded in the ice, and then is there monsters out in the ice, or people leave and they don't come back, or something like that? Ooh, maybe I'll have to watch that. How are you watching it? Are you watching it live? Okay. Alright, so then in this one, I'm talking to some dude. I like how you preface it with 8 out of 10 episodes. Because, like, the last 2 episodes could totally ruin it. Turns out it was some kid playing in his bathtub the whole time. I wonder if that comes with my cable package. That'd be nice. Is anyone famous in that? I forget. I forget if anyone famous is in that. Oh, jeez. This whole thing is just not fine. I need to pull this down. Not that much. I could have sworn Ian McShane was in that. That seems like a show he would be in. Interesting. Just not Ian. He says, yeah. Yeah. I get that. Okay. Now we're talking some Joker. Trace over this. Oh, that made it really thick though. Let's see, what have I been watching? I've actually been watching Portlandia in the past couple days. It's a nice show that you can just kind of throw on because every episode is kind of different, which is nice. What else have I been watching? I've been watching a lot of movies lately. That's why this strip is about a movie, or classic movies in general. But what did I watch? I watched Killing of a Sacred Deer with Colin Farrell and Nicole Kidman, which is supposed to be like a psychological thriller. It was not my favorite movie. I just felt like the climax didn't really. I don't know, how do I put this into words? But basically, like, the characters were speaking in such kind of a weird, stilted manner where they weren't really talking to each other. Or they were talking in a way that's so removing. Did they not kill the deer? No, there was no deer in the whole movie, I think. And the climax of the movie on paper is really, like, oh yeah, wouldn't that be crazy? But in practice, who named it? Yeah, I don't know. And maybe I just don't get it. I don't know who named the movie. Maybe I just don't get it. I just feel like I wasn't very scared. And then the final scene was like the characters, after all is said and done, kind of like come back to a room. I don't want to spoil too much of the movie, but and then there's just this like epic classical music playing as they look at each other, and it goes on for kind of an awkward amount of time, and I just feel like that didn't fit the tone of the rest of the movie. So yeah, definitely not for me. Not for me. Which is okay. Not every movie has to be for me. Might watch it and see if I feel the same way. I have to wait a week for Avery to get back on vacation to finish The Terrace, so I need to. Yeah, I mean, it's on Amazon Prime to stream for free. It was okay. It's nicely shot and well acted. Just the way that I think the actors were instructed to act was odd, and I think it's odd on purpose. I think it's the same director as The Lobster with Colin Farrell as well. So definitely a interesting choice. Oh gosh, can't draw a straight line to save my life. I'm gonna make this less extreme. No problem. See you later, Chris. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Yeah, I need this guy to be a bit thinner. Oops, I like that original one. And then we're basically doing the give me a dollar pose here, but more like hand down. Like, oh yeah, oh yeah, you gotta watch that movie. And they'll be facing kind of like this way. I also have to think about where the thumb is. The thumb's like over here. When's your train? 4 on the dot? Oh, 4:15. I was gonna say, like, it does take. Yeah. Chelsea's back. What did you miss? You missed every single thing. We talked about so much. We solved a lot of problems. No, you didn't miss much. Just me fumbling around in Photoshop. And I need to do like a hand study. Because I know like the simple way to do it is you draw like a house. One finger comes out the side. And then 4 come out this. But it's all about drawing in perspective. It's tough. Oh no, why did you send your whole company my live stream? No one wants to watch that. It's okay, I don't think anyone tuned in actually, so I can see how many people are watching and I really don't think they tuned in. Oh good. Just kidding. Alright, that's fine. Let's clean that up a bit. There. I actually want to take this head. We're going to tilt it a little bit. Like that. And they're looking up this way, like they're remembering, like, oh yeah. Yeah, they need to be kind of squinting. Because it's like almost like a holier than thou thing. It's like a badge of honor, like, oh, you haven't seen that movie? Well, I'm glad you sent it to German, but I don't think he is here. Because he would have chatted me and said, hey, what's up? Dang it. What am I doing? I heard you eat. I do eat. I eat a lot. I do eat peanut butter and ham, actually. When I was a kid, I was making, dude, yes, solidarity, brother. Yes, I made my own, what I thought was a super original sandwich, which was peanut butter and ham, and you had to microwave it a little bit to make the peanut butter a little soft. And everyone was against it. They're like, that's so gross, that's gross. And we were camping and cooking wasn't going well, but we had bacon and we had peanut butter and we had buns. So you'll never guess what we put together, and you'll never guess what everyone said was delicious. That. You'll never guess how people protected my feelings by lying to me. No, peanut butter and ham is not gross. Okay. It's so easy to test for yourself. You just like take a half slice of bread, put some peanut butter on it, put some ham on it, slice it in half, cut it in or fold it in half, and just take a bite. If you hate it, you can throw it out. Or if you really hate it, you can just send it to one of us and we'll eat it. Dude, I know the feeling. Everyone's like, that's so gross, but then they never want to try it, and then when they do try it, they're like, still not weird. Still, that's weird though. What am I doing? Oh, they're smiling though, like, oh yeah. Almost like, it's like a lower jaw thing. It's salty sweet. It is salty sweet. Wesley's about to head out. What do you want, Chow? Or maybe like, oh. Yeah, I like that. A bit smaller. Nothing. All right, see you, Wesley. See you on Sunday. Oh. Yeah, this mouth feels good. Okay. I'm this that literally made my entire day. I can't believe you also eat peanut butter and ham sandwiches because guess what? They're delicious. You should all try it. Nice. And then we could add a little bit of like, I don't know, that kind of implies like a skull or something, something concave. Yeah, we'll just leave it. We'll leave it earless as well, because why not? Okay, that looks pretty good. Don't want to agonize too much over that. I'd like to clean up this elbow though. I feel kind of bad. Watching me is not super fun because I spend so much of my time like zoomed in, which is weird. Look at that. Better. Better. What's my motto? Good, not great. That's my motto. Good, not great. Alright, so the final panel is, him agreeing. Or they. This is a genderless human. Okay. Anyway. I have replaced you and wow. That's pretty brutal, but also not untrue. I mean, what? Okay. This one, you know, I want to keep their sides the same, so I'm gonna actually take that panel that I just drew for the sake of speed. Oop, not that one. I'm gonna duplicate it. Okay. As if. Yeah. And this person's gonna be putting their hand like on their stomach, as if like they're so sickened by the movie. Does anyone know how to rotate your canvas in Photoshop with a hotkey? I feel like that exists, and I don't know if Google it. R? Oh my god! Oh my god! You guys. The power of the internet, you guys. And the hive mind. We are Borg. Oh gosh, what am I even doing? We kind of want this hand to end. And then kind of like foreshorten that way. A little bit. Actually, we'll just keep it flat. It is a comic after all. Whoop. Is there a way you can... Yeah, you can. If you hold shift. It does by degree. Wow. Perfect. Let's get the rest of this going on here. Actually, we'll just make that come down. Yeah. And we'll bring this elbow down as well. God, that looks so bad. Part of me hates drawing on stream, because then you guys can see how long it takes me to draw like the stupidest things. That's okay. Being public with your art is a good thing. That's a good thing. Keeps us working, keeps us honest, keeps us makes you better quicker. That's what it really is. Makes you better quicker. I remember learning guitar when I was like in 3rd grade, 5th grade, I think. And I sucked, of course. And I sucked for years. And then I joined a band with some of my friends, and that made me better. Didn't make me great, didn't make me good, just made me better. Made me a lot better faster. And I think that was important. I think that's what public displays of your art does for you. It makes you better faster. Yeah, this elbow needs to think about anatomy actually. The elbow's going to hit and then it's going to come down past. It's not going to end here. That's very dumb. Okay. Then I'm going to say this hand is just too big. That's better. Bit closer, bit closer. Okay. Let's see. What do I have for dinner tonight? Tonight is Thursday night. Probably just make something quick. Okay, then his face has to be more like sympathetic with mine. Like almost wide-eyed, like, oh my god, I'm never watching that movie ever. Yeah, that's good. I'm too scared. Maybe. Yeah, almost like wincing a little bit. You could do that. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna keep those lines away. A bit scared her, like really afraid of that movie. And then I kind of want to pull this cheek up a bit. Yeah, more like a grimace. To get that grimace, you need the upper cheek, like yeah. And then we'll add this is my favorite. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I was looking at illustration types that I really like. And I was trying to dissect the mouth. Like, why do I like that mouth? Why is that pleasing? And something that I only recently started doing was adding kind of like an edge to the teeth on the inside of the mouth. Right, when we color that in a little bit, it suddenly just adds just a, you can see the teeth a little bit. It just, I feel like that adds a little bit to it, which I like. So I'm going to pull that back. Break up that line. I still hate this whole hand, but you know what? And then I'm insecure about this this whole opinion I have. So we're going to raise the elbows up a little bit. Or elbows. We're going to raise the shoulder up a bit. And, you know, there's that classic sort of nervous look where you're holding your arm, like, because you're closed off. So we'll do that. You guys ever see that show Pepper Ann on Disney Channel? Like way back in the day? I feel like they used to draw hands like this. Where they would just lock it right there. You couldn't really see it. Also, Pepper Ann, slamming intro song. That was so good. It was like, Pepper Ann, we too cool for 7th grade. She's that one in a million. Something like that. That was good. You guys ever watch Pepper Ann? I had a weird amount of time before I had to go to the bus every morning for a couple of years. And the morning cartoon block um, that I would sometimes watch before going to the bus was like Pepper Ann uh, and uh, The Weekenders with Tino. And Recess, yes, Recess. And also like Teacher's Pet, where the kid's dog is going to school because the dog is also a genius, but no one knows it's a dog but him. And then Recess. I actually legitimately think Recess is a great show, and should absolutely agree. Actually, no, don't bring it back. Stop bringing back shows. We don't need it. We don't need it. Just let it be. Pepper Ann, Pepper Ann. Oh man, I'm gonna get slammed for copyright. That'd be hilarious. YouTube flags my live stream video because I've got the Pepper Ann theme song. You know what? I bet there's some like indie bands like playing like basement shows that cover Pepper Ann. That'd be for those indie bands listening to and watching the stream. You should definitely be playing the Pepper Ann theme song. Hey guys, we're gonna play the Pepper Ann theme song, and it'd be like so slow, like Pepper Ann, Pepper Ann. All right, now I'm actually gonna get flagged. Kind of like this wide mouth. Wow, actually sound good to get flagged. I walked right into that. I walked right into that one. That just is way too big. Yeah, not feeling it. Not feeling it. Oh, I fixed that line, didn't I? All right, actually, I have to erase it. See, when the mouth is small, it seems hurt. Like I'm hurt. Like I'm hurt. When it's I need like a. It's just so generic, though. You know, if I do like a. That's like terrified. Also, the name Pepper Ann enrages you. Well, you don't have to be friends with anyone named Pepper Ann, Ross. Yeah, I think thinner, but also wide. Yeah, I don't want to break it too much. Put the nose right up there. As do all names that are just two names. Dude, then your name is as powerful as two. Yeah, that feels good. That feels good. And what we'll do is we'll put another crease up here. Like, yeah, nice. I think Photoshop's actually smoothing my line as I go. I can see this, like, see this pink trail? Do you guys see that? Ross Ann. I love it. Ross Ann. I like it. Save. You know, this just, I think it's the eye. It's not, oh gosh. I'll stick with this. This isn't 100% what I'm totally looking for, but it'll come together. I think it's because I don't have a nose. Yeah, the nose still seems scared though. Yeah, this mouth is the key. Here. And the eyebrows. I'm looking too sheepish here. It's more like it is an admission of guilt. That's why it's funny, but it's also like I'm not that. Yeah, it's more like an actually. I think I hated it. And then what if we put it like really low or like really high? Yeah, that's better. The eyebrows were also bugging me. That's so funny. What do I want here? I think I'm just gonna go average. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not in love with any of these mounds that I'm drawing. Maybe if I take this away. Yeah, that was doing it. Damn it! Now I've got that Pepper Ann song stuck in my head. I don't know what the panel is to. Oh, sorry. I think I fixed it. This is definitely what I was looking for. Yeah. It's admitting that I hated the movie. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Yeah. It's like whenever you watch a classic movie, people are like, what was I saying? Oh, it's like whenever you watch a classic movie, like we did the other night, and you're like, I didn't like it, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, no one likes it. No, it's actually terrible, but it's important for film history. Okay, but you know, art doesn't have to be for enjoyment. Something. His eyes are real weird. Whose eyes? Mine? Yeah. There we go. A little definition to him. Okay. I think I'm gonna move on to terms of size. Too different in terms of size. Yeah, this one's a bit big. Or a bit long. I'm going to agonize over this eye for a bit. That's okay. That's why we're streaming. Yeah, that feels better. A bit better. bit closer. I love digital art. I love that I could just change lines. For when your line is almost right, you know, just not quite what you were expecting. And then you can move it and scale it. It's just so good. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. No, it's okay. It's not great. I'll come back to this whole arm in a minute. Okay. So that, yeah, I'm going to redo this line because it was too thick. Too thick. I had to make my brush smaller. It won't take but a minute. Just to redo this. Whoop. I can add a little curvature to that. Again, just getting back in the groove of drawing with all the people who are watching the stream. This hair needs to be a bit different. Nice. Okay, look, good as new. Turn that off. Okay. Alright. Delete that. Oops. Delete this. Yes, delete it. This. That's fine. Alright, color. And I've got my color library on the right. Okay. Actually, yeah, we'll color. Why not? I'm in a colory mood. Need a different brush here. Something like that. Here we go. It's been a while since I've had to color anything. I didn't get much enjoyment out of coloring. I don't think I'm a big fan of the like adult coloring book fad that was going on. Not that I'm like anti it, I just don't think it's a hobby that I would enjoy. But it's kind of relaxing. Perfect. Okay. Actually, I need to switch back to this brush. For this, grab this color. You know what? We're gonna take this. Yeah, we'll do 10 pixels. Nice. Okay. I've been posting my comics on this site called, I think it's called like webtoons or something. It's interesting. Just like music is different now, I feel like webcomics are a little bit different now too. It's like some kind of service that you can, it's almost like Patreon in a way, but you get paid by the company as well for uploading a bunch of comics every certain week, and they hold like contests or something that you can submit your work to in order for them to I guess, sponsored or something. I don't know. I'd have to look at it again. But I just thought, what an interesting thing. What a time to be alive. I'm just uploading mine there because, hey, why not? More people look at the comic, the better. Where is my dog? He's on the couch, asleep. A very peaceful sleep. Don't want to disturb him. Let's edit this line here. Nice. This space, it's a lot muppetier than my other ones, but you know, that's what happens when you go on hiatus for a while. I haven't drawn a comic in weeks, so the drawing style does get a little different, which is okay. It's not like anyone's paying me to have a certain style, my own personal style. Anyway. Okay. I like this panel too. Because it's how I feel, you know? You're like, okay, I'm going to watch this, but not just watch it, but I'm gonna study watch it. You know what I mean? Like really analyze it. We watched a couple episodes of Forged in Fire without you. We watched one, I think the ending was so anticlimactic. It was so annoying. I hate those. I both hate and love Forged in Fire for that reason. Forged in Fire is one of those shows where like they build these weapons and they go through all these tests. You know, if your weapon breaks or something, it's, oh gosh, if your weapon breaks, then you go home. Where's the break here? Oh, it's over here. Doi. And that even goes for the final round. So if it wasn't as stupid as not being long enough. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it missed the length parameters, but it just broke on the first or second test or something. How dare you? I'll be happy to watch them over again. Oh, we need to change this. The final round. Sorry, did I say the final weapon? Here we go. I forget what the final weapon was for that round. It was like some spear or axe or something. Ross, did I watch that with you? I forget what it was. Okay. Then let's grab a gray color for this. Oh, wrong layer. Abort. I'll clean this up in a minute. This brush doesn't scale up very well, interestingly enough. We watched one where they made some African spear thing. I thought there was it was like a halberd or something. Some poly weapon. Oh, yeah. That's right, they did make a hatchet instead of a knife in the first round. I wish my brush preview was a bit They did that one time, right? And that guy made that awful, like, tacky looking hatchet thing with all the, like, rings on it or something. That was so bad. Okay. That looks good. Here we go. Coloring. Surprised that they don't release like Photoshop documents that are just lines for you to color. I guess there are. You could literally search like coloring book page on Google Images and import that in. Set it to multiply or something. Okay. Oh yeah, the pants. I need to color in my pants. There's a subtle gray that gets added to the pants. Okay. And you know what? Let's add a color to the couch. Let's do that. What color shall we do? We could do a gray, but then the comic is just not quite colorful enough. But you know, the couch is so much of the frame that I don't really want to pull too much attention. Like this. Yeah, I'll keep it the way it was. Yeah, I'll think about it. Nothing too distracting. Maybe we'll make the 4 color and go white couch. We'll grab this red here, and we'll take it and just make it kind of dull. Just to kind of separate it a bit. There. Sure. Nice. And then you know what, we'll add a little shadow. So we'll take the this color layer. We'll grab a gray. And we'll just color in some of these bits here. You know, add a shadow to that. Just a little bit. Something like that. And while we're at it, we'll give my character some shade as well. I had a random shower thought today. I was thinking back to like my high school art classes and like what they were like, and you know, what does a high school art teacher actually do? You know, what do they teach theory? the whole time, or is that only to like advanced classes? And I remember when I had decided to pursue, animation as, what I wanted to do. I remember trying to get more serious about my drawing and my art because I wanted to build a portfolio. So I was working on a piece in my advanced art class, and I asked the teacher, I was like, hey, like, how do I shade this? She's like, well, you shade it. And I'm like, okay, but, I don't really remember ever getting like a shading tutorial. You know, what I would have liked is for her to sit down and say, okay, well, what you need to do is you need to think about where the light is coming from, and that's going to do a lot of work for you in terms of shading. But that's not what I got. I just kind of got like, well, you just do it. And I remember just being like, okay, yeah, just do it. I don't think the shading looked very good. I forget what that art piece was even for. Did you guys have good art teachers in high school? And if so, what did they do to foster your love of art? You went to art school outside of school. Oh, okay. Yeah, I took some college art classes as well. Oops. That was the first thing, study shade. See, that's what I needed. My my high school art teacher was trying to tell me about garlic design. Oh, graphic design. So, no, I get that. You're like, I don't need to study that. Whatever, dude. No, this needs to be more. That's too much. Garlic design, baby. Big garlic. We were talking to our friend, and he was talking about how all the garlic in California or something comes from uh, like one big garlic distributor. Mine was an overly sarcastic Harley Davidson lover who airbrushed pretty much all of the detail onto our sets so that we wouldn't have to actually build stuff. I know what you mean. It's like, uh, if you could go back to your high school self and be like, okay, look, here's what you need to do for the moving forward. Like, here's what matters. Here's what doesn't matter. Here's the skills that would really help you. Here's the stuff that won't. But hey, hindsight, know what I mean? Trying to focus less and less on the path I'm on, like that I chose for myself, and being like, oh, if I would have just done this, my life would be different. When I asked to take art for the first time senior year, he told me as long as I was tall enough to use the table. That's another thing. Like, high school students might not go on to be, art majors. They just might want to do art, and that's kind of the purpose of uh, high school classes. I feel like this needs to be gray as well, possibly all gray. That's what this looks like. Boop. That's better. We'll add a little bit of gray here as well, just a bit. Little ambient occlusion. Ooh, nice term, Eric. You're so smart. You sound so smart. Said everyone, right? Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll buy that. Okay. Did I color this first panel? I don't remember that. All right. Take this. Ooh, this one away. I wonder if high school art teachers start off their art careers being like really gung ho about teaching their students about like fundamentals and fostering the students who really like it, but then they get like discouraged by students who are crappy, like DJ wrecked. No, I'm kidding. But students who are like disruptive or mean or because like it's not like you could run a professional level critique of their artwork, because for some of them it's just like, well, I've only been in the class for a grand total of 8 hours. Shit, baby. Yeah, I like that term. I feel like that accurately describes a lot of us in high school. Pepper in, pepper in. Wait, what? Who said that? I'm gonna make a Ross Ann song. Ross Ann, you're too cool for 7th grade. It's about Ross who goes back to 7th grade to learn how to be cool. I was an angel. Teacher's pet for. I think a lot of them start out working in the industry until they get ground up and spit out. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Okay. Oh, I can also delete this. Oops. There it is. Let's go back to this one, back to the color I like. Get that thick one out of the way. There we go. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. And then we can turn on, put this one in the front for a second so I can grab this color, that gray. I'm actually going to take the paper texture away so I can get the true color. And we're just going to go to the color here. Are any of you guys like still close with any of your teachers from high school? Like Facebook friends or like go to visit or something? I always thought that was kind of a weird idea. I get, there are some teachers who I guess I would visit, but it's still odd to me. And I also think that there's like a window of not creepiness. Like when you're in college, you're still a student. I feel like that's not creepy. But then, like once you're out, like if I did it now, I feel like they'd be like, yeah, sure, adult, you can sit in on this class. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I'm just thinking about like what would I say to like my other high school friends if some 30-year-old was just sitting in on the class because they like the teacher. I'd be like, cool, dude. Why are you here? What other shows did I watch? You know what show I never got into as a kid? Which I guess it also another instance of something that's specifically not targeted at me is As Told by Ginger. Do you remember that show? That had a good theme song too. I think that was, man, who sung that song? It was someone famous. It was like Mary J. Blige or something. No, who am I thinking of? Shoot, it's like someone once told me the grass was much greener. Something like that. You know what I did like about that show specifically though, is that the main characters changed outfits every episode. Like they had similar ones that they would wear, you know, like real people, but every episode they were wearing something different. Very rarely did they have like this is the character's outfit, which was cool. I remember even back then remarking on that. But that had a good theme song. I would watch that show's like first 10 minutes. I would watch the first 10 minutes of that show specifically because the theme song would come on and I'd be like, oh, nice. And I would just listen to it, and then by the time it was over, it was already playing. But the character designs were my favorite. I think that was that the same creators of like Rugrats, like Klasky Ksupo, something like that. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's a bunch of YouTube channels like 50 things you didn't know that your favorite shows from the 90s. Alright, we can turn this back on. Ross, you turned me on to that one, not turn me on to that show, but you told me about that YouTube channel called Defunctland, which I had already subscribed to, but they had like a whole show about, a whole video about Legends of the Hidden Temple. Man, that show was good. That's a good game show. What I find interesting is there was like only like 100 episodes or something like that, 120 or something episodes, and there's like this whole subreddit of people who are putting out all the stats for the different teams and like who won the most and which team was the worst and you know how many times people actually won and things like that. I thought that was interesting that those type of people exist. Not only that because it's an old show, but also because like who has the time to do that? Okay. Again, I'm going to erase this. Oops. That is the wrong layer. Stack the layers. Or should I do it the opposite way so that it gets there at the top? I like it. I like it down. And the nose actually indicates a little bit of directionality, so if I offset it a bit, it'll look more like I'm looking that way. I'm gonna have to listen to some of these songs again. Recess didn't have a very catchy. It was like that. Yeah, that was like marching band music, almost like almost like sounded like the news. But I loved Recess because it had like an ensemble cast, which was nice. All right, chat. So my incidental characters normally get colored like some kind of pastel color that's whatever. What color do you guys want him to be? Or she or them? What color? We could do like a green, you know, something like that. Or we could do like a purple, pink sort of thing, something like that. Or we could do blue, or like a teal. Maybe an orange, pink. Let's do we'll do like a teal, something like that. All right, sure. Oops, coloring in the wrong color. That might be one of the most useful hotkeys I know in Photoshop, especially when I'm drawing storyboards and I've got to have like 2 different colors. The X key, that just changes whichever color you're using in the bottom left, you know, just switches that palette. Switches the color. I remember living in England. You got some weird shows because I had satellite TV, so I got some American shows. But intermixed in there with some like weird international shows. Like, do you remember some cartoon where the dogs were like, one of the main characters was a dog, but the dog was essentially like a giant face, kind of like a grotesque sort of thing, and like four legs, something like that. Man, that show was weird. I forget what that was called. That was on all the time for a while when I lived in England. Man, who was that? You know what other show had a Maggie? Are you talking about Maggie? Maybe the main character's dog was a male dog. Is that? I honestly don't even remember what the heck that show was called. I just remember really, really disliking it. And there was cats too that were similar. Like they had basically giant English cartoons. Let's not get too combative about it. But I hear you. Man, what was that silly show called? You know what show also had a good theme song because it was catchy but was really kind of gross? I hated Cat Dog. Cat Dog was not good. Maggie and the Ferocious. Is that like a preschool show? Maggie and the Ferocious Beast? I don't remember if that is, but that sounds like one. This one was specifically like not. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Make sure whatever you guys are working on, don't forget to save. Don't forget to drink some water. Hydrate. Let's see. Dog. Cartoon. Big head. TV show. Man. No, I see what you're saying. I see Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna find it. It's on. I think it was on Cartoon Network. Yeah, I'm just getting images of like Jake from Adventure Time, which arguably kind of looks like him, but no, this one was way grosser. Man, I don't know. If I find it, I'll be sure to post it on the Facebook page or something. Okay, back to the comic. All right. We're so close. So close. I've been using Premiere lately for my freelance work. I thought, what? I stepped away. What is it? He was talking about this TV show from when he lived in England. Yeah, I was talking about a TV show about like a kid and his dog, and the dog was like basically designed as like this really gross looking. This is a much cuter version, but that's what they look like. They have 4 legs and it was attached to like a giant head or something like that. I just remember that being on all the time. I forget what it's called. What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about Premiere. I've been using Adobe Premiere for a lot of my freelance work lately, or for a small portion of it. And man, the differences between Adobe products can be really jarring. Like, for instance, like when I want to move the canvas up and down a little bit to use a little grabby guy, I can hit the spacebar, hold down the spacebar, which is awesome. And you can do the same thing in After Effects. So those are the 2 programs that I'm really comfortable in. But in Premiere, you can't do that. You have to hit the H key. The H key. And man, that's annoying. Especially because also the spacebar actually plays your video, which is definitely annoying sometimes. Okay. Oh, you know what? We need to color this in as well. This needs to be black. Nice. Okay, let's get a little bit of that going on. Okay, getting toward the end of this whole coloring ordeal, which is nice, because then the magic starts to happen. I really like this Photoshop pack I downloaded to make the halftone colors, because it does feel a little bit like magic, which is cool. Photoshop is magic, straight up. I truly believe that some kind of magic went into making the new Photoshop features, especially like the healing brush, where you can. I remember when I was in high school, I think the like spot healing brush had just come out. It was like CS5 maybe was the newest one or something like that. And my digital art teacher had a student teacher assistant that had come in for the like couple months or whatever, and he was showing us like, yo, check this out. You see this tree? And he like highlighted it and used the patch tool or something to move it away, and it totally disappeared. And it was like, whoa, Fat Dog Mendoza. That sounds like it's right. Let me see. Fat Dog Mendoza. Oh my gosh, that's it. Ugh. Gee willikers. Look at that. Like, what is that? What is going on here? What the heck? Ugh. It's like strangely human as well, because it's got these human eyes. And, oh, goodness gracious. Is this fan art? Is it deviant art? Man, what a time to be alive, you guys. What a time to be alive. That was it. Oh, yuck. Oh, man. Thank you for finding that. But also, like, I am so mad that you found that, because now I actually remember what it looks like, too. Oh, how did you find that? Oh. Ugh. Let's grab this color for a second. It eats children. Is that canon? Does it actually? Because I do not remember. Oh shoot, you guys! I just colored that on the wrong layer. Can't have that. Shoot, sorry. Kid with round dog. My Google was so specific. I was like Cartoon Network dog show, like large dog show or something like that. Yeah, that show was grotesque. And I didn't feel like it was trying to be, you know, like Rocko's Modern Life or Ren and Stimpy or something like that. I just felt like, how did that get greenlit? Like, who looked at that and was like, yes, absolutely. I want toys. I want plushies. And don't make the dog's face cute. No. We don't want that to be cute, okay? Dogs are gross. And everyone should be aware. Oh, God. I wonder if there's a subreddit for that show. It's like, dude, you gotta watch Fat Dog Mendoza. When we were watching the classic movie the other night, I was watching Brazil. Brazil was the movie that I watched last night. I was wondering, like, is this anyone on Earth? Is this anyone's favorite movie? Like, whose favorite movie is this? I've been thinking about a lot about stuff. Like, is this anyone's favorite show? Is this anyone's absolute favorite movie? You know? And for some movies, you gotta be like, yes, there's one person on Earth whose favorite. He's cute in England. Oh my gosh, that's brutal. There's got to be some people on Earth who are like, yes, this is my favorite. But like, I watched a movie with Hulk Hogan called Suburban Commando, and I was like, I don't think this is anyone's on Earth's favorite movie. I just watched it last night, and I have my own qualms about it. Though I think I do have to check myself a little bit because I do believe I'm looking through the lens of actually, you know what? It was a Western film, so it's not like it was like an Eastern director or something like it. I think I'm looking through it a modern movie lens. You know what I mean? Like I'm holding it to standards of like oh gosh, what am I doing? Of modern movies that have access to like more digital techniques and things like that, and I'm just grown accustomed to their pacing and also like blah blah blah. But on the other hand, I think they're like I really didn't like the main character. I didn't feel like the main character had actual motivation to drive the story forward. I really just felt like the whole movie could be summed up by this happens and then this happens and then this happens. It wasn't like they go to this place because the main character wants X, or this needs to drive the story forward because the main character is doing something. Just stuff was happening to him, and that was really annoying to me. But I think also maybe I'm personally missing the point. So it's always healthy to check yourself and be like, am I being unfair? Am I being, not every movie or every story or every piece of entertainment needs to be specifically for you. And yet I'm making a comic about how I didn't like it and other people didn't like it, and that's weird. But hey, that's also my right. This comic strip isn't for everyone too. Art. Transmedia. Wait, I don't think that counts as transmedia. Because like this comic strip isn't going to enrich your experience of Brazil. It might. Anyway, okay. So let's just check the color here. Let's reorder things a bit. Let's hit the save button. Very cool. Good. Pretty simple as far as drawings and poses are concerned. You know what? I'm going to add a little bit of just some motion lines here. Transmedia. New media? Maybe new media. This video enriches my experience of the you know what? I didn't think about that. But yes, watching the live stream videos does count as transmedia. Those are too big. Those are too long. Needs to be smaller. That's another thing I've also picked up. I've been watching storyboard artists draw and comic artists draw, and I was like, how do you make it look like a nice swipe? And here's my formula for doing a nice swipe. So like if I wanted someone to be, you know, walking or something like that, I trace the curve. You know, I hug the curve, one large one, one short one, and then from there I swoop over, you know, something like that. So I feel like that's selling what I want to sell. So I've been using that technique lately. See, that just kind of is unobtrusive, but also sells a little bit of emotion. You know, like, oh yeah, like, oh, you have to see this film. Very hoity-toity. I'm very pleased with this guy's face. Oops. Should see. I had to erase that line. Go back. There we go. Okay. Now comes the fun part. So actually, I can use my mouse for this. I don't have to look up as much. But we're also going to try something a little different. So in the toolkit I bought, there's also a CMYK separator action as well, which is cool. So in order for this to work, we have to make a duplicate of the color layer, and it's always just a good idea to save before you do this. Make a duplicate of the color layer, and we're just going to make it a smart object because these actions require a smart object in Photoshop to do, and then we'll pull out the actions button. And first we're going to create the CMY displacement. So yeah, so we'll do this. We'll hit the play. It's going to do a couple things. It's going to ask me a couple things. Say, do you want to rasterize this? We'll say, yeah. We'll go through it. Boom. And then you get this sort of look, which is really cool. And then it turns it off. So how neat is that? That just adds a lot of cool depth. I'm going to keep that. Though what I'll do as well is we'll delete this layer. We'll select this color layer. And on the CMYK, we're also going to just make that a clipping mask. That'll get rid of some of this. You know what though? I don't... Do I? I'll keep it for now. We'll just see what this looks like when we do the halftone, because I think this is a neat little thing. Really, it's giving that kind of look I'm wanting. So with this as well, we're going to take this layer and do the halftone, which is this one. So this will go through it, and let me bring on this little thing that you guys can't see. We'll do that, and this media, this guy comes up. We'll do the C and the K. So this is what it looks like without the cyan and the black. So we'll do that. Okay, neat. I kind of like these little flyaways here. That's kind of neat. I might keep that. But then also you'll notice that it kind of like, I don't know, it's not super tight. So what I might do is I'll grab this and make a clipping mask. And then take the mask itself and blur it. We'll take that blur, which, ooh, can't see that either. Actually, you know what? 3 pixels. Oops. I'm looking down here. What I'll do is oh, actually, I'll just move it. Okay. We'll keep it. Okay. This nose is just too messy. I do like some of these flyaways. let's just blur this more. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And let's blur it by, let's just go a little crazy. It's always, yeah, you know what? That's really getting lost on the nose. Yeah, we'll just keep it tight. The flyaways will just not work. Nice. I really like this kind of, again, the CMYK like displacement, which is just cool. It's almost like chromatic aberration, almost. And then I often just for me, this layer I also kind of like stretch a little bit, add just a little extra bleed over the edges. And I believe I also turn the opacity down. Now, you know what? I'm going to keep it up. Yeah, nice. So cool. I'll keep this. You know what? While we're here on this group, this layer group, I'm also going to do the text. So now you guys get to start to see the script. So let's see. We're going to do like 9-point font, and the first line is saying like I've been watching classic movies lately. Do I want ellipsis? Let's just be formal. Do that. Nice. Don't have any orphans on the bottom. Chelsea, I'm looking at you. Not because you're an orphan, but because you're the one who told me about that. Nice. And then on the line layer, we'll just draw the bubble, which is always a process. So I like to make a closed circle. There we go. And then we just erase a little bit. And then pull it off, just like that. Clean it up. Beautiful. There's a panel. Look at that. The magic has happened. Cool. All right, same thing. Let's duplicate the color layer, and we're gonna make it a smart object. We'll do the displacement. Yes. Rasterize. Very cool. I like this thing that's added. Very cool. I'm into it. Oh, it's almost making it like 3D a little bit, which is, I don't know, I kind of like it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. Okay, this can get deleted. This can be halftoned then. Yep. Want all this good stuff. And then I like to select that, and we will make that. Oops. Yeah. Make this a mask. Nice. And then we'll blur this. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Try 5 pixels. Neat. And then again, I will just kind of stretch this just a hair, not too much. You know what? I'll just move it. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, now this part, he says, this is kind of a long one. I might do. No. I'm not going to do 2 bubbles in this one. So now he thinks to himself, like, okay, time for some culture. I will enjoy this movie. This is a little bat in terms of here. Maybe we'll say I will enjoy. I will enjoy. That's good. Okay, take this, put that over here. Go back to the line layer. Grab us our story or this guy. Make sure we're at 5 pixels. And no, I need something better. Better. Now we can kind of just finagle this bubble a little bit. Just kind of squash it. Stretch it over, maybe. Yeah. Something like that. And we'll take this, move that over. And we'll go back to the line layer and we'll just do you guys ever notice that Garfield doesn't really say anything? He's always thinking things. Weird. It's an odd choice. To me. That's an odd choice to me. Alright. Same thing. Same thing. Duplicate color layer. Make it a smart object. Do the thing. Very cool. Okay. Then we're gonna do the half tone. Cats can't talk, duh. It's true, they can't talk. Alright, this. Filter, Gaussian blur. Oops. Really? Interesting. Oh, shift. So shift and the plus button changes the like the blending mode. Interesting. Still just like regular old normal. It was so weird. Yeah, that's what I thought was weird. It's like John's always talking to Garfield, but like, what's their relationship actually? Like, do they actually talk? Does John really think? You know, that's why I love the blog Garfield without Garfield or something, where it's just John saying weird things. That was a genius blog. Okay. Now we say. Now comes the part in the movie where you say, do I actually like this? Something like that. You're questioning, like, am I enjoying myself? And then we'll say something like, this is too verbose. I was going to say, like, is this movie bad or do I have bad taste? Something like that. Oh, here we go. Am I watching the right movie? Yes. That's funny to me. Am I watching the right movie? And then, yeah. Okay, back to the line layer. Never liked drawing speech bubbles or thought bubbles. I actually accidentally watched The Scarlet Letter for the better part of an hour because I bought a DVD at the dollar store called Captain Scarlet and kept watching for him to show up. Oh man, I've had moments like that too. There we go. Very cool. The piratey. They printed the wrong movie on the disc. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Alright. Gonna make this a smart object, and we're gonna do the displacement. Yeah, and we're gonna hit enter, and it's gonna do some stuff, and we're gonna hit continue and delete this junk. Why does it do that? It's kind of cool though. Alright, so then this is the conversation where he's saying, like, hey, I finally watched that movie. Like, finally watched, and I don't want to be too specific, sometimes specificity is funny, but also it's like, can be polarizing slightly. So I'm just going to be like a Marvel movie and play it safe. It'll say, that classic movie last night. Although, actually, yeah, we'll just keep that, because the funny thing isn't what's happening here. Okay, and always just, we're going to keep this higher in the frame. And now he says, like, oh yeah, such a pivotal film. Definite must watch. And this one won't need a bubble. I don't think. Such a pivotal film. Definite must watch. You can do that. Do I like the word movie? Kind of makes this awkward. Instead of a definite must watch, that's not funny. It's more. This person needs to say that you must watch the like you have. have to appreciate it, you have to love it, or what do I want to say here? Must see crucial piece of film history. Yeah. Historic piece of film history. I'll just say crucial. I like that word, Chris. Crucial piece of film history. Such a pivotal piece. We'll say piece. And then this we'll call part of film history. Yeah, I'm going to keep part. Okay. Nice. Such a pivotal piece. Crucial part of film history. This guy is the jerk. Oh yeah? Such a piece is vague. We'll say such a... Alright, we'll say crucial film. Crucial film. A momentous part. Say and important. Saying I like crucial film. Piece is vague. I like pivotal film. Pivotal moment. Crucial part. Such a crucial part. I'm confused. You guys are gonna have to write out. What do you think the full phrase should be? Meanwhile, I'll start putting this here. Okay. I'm literally just throwing out pieces of sentences to see if you want. Thanks, Chris. But I'm close to what I like here. This seems fine for now. Nice. Actually, I really like that. Let's see this up a bit. Oh shoot. Oh, Chelsea, I like that. That's pretty good. I'll use that in a minute. Too much shape, too much there. Hold on. Okay. And then this guy is saying what Chelsea said. Such a Such a pivotal film. A crucial part of film history. Okay. And finally, let me draw this line here. There we go. I think I'm going to take my signature. I'm going to move it to the bottom left for this comic, right? I think. Oop. That's okay if it's obscure for one frame, especially if it's not the punchline. No, it's obscure for two. Alright, fine. I'm going to move it back, like where it was. Okay, boop. Lock that. One more line here. And this is where I admit I think I hated it. I think I hated it. We'll add a stutter. I think I hated it. And then he says, oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Terrible movie. Crucial piece of film detritus that has sunk to the fine art of film, making to the murky depths of Bible movies. I'll release a blank one with just the speech bubbles, and people can write what they want. Weird. I think I drew this on 2 layers. That's okay. Okay. Oh, we have to do the halftone here. We can merge these layers. Okay. Duplicate. And smart object. That-ish. We'll do the displacement, which I'm actually really enjoying. I think these look cool. I don't know if I'll keep it forever, but definitely think it adds a little cool touch, which I enjoy. So, hope you guys like it too. Really just does some cool stuff to it, I think. Oh, and then we do the halftone. There we go. Yes, that's good. I want all of these. And then we are going to take the color channel and create a mask for that thing. Then filter blur. Nice. Looking good. And just like the other ones. Nice, just to get a little up on the hair. Very cool. Okay, so, oops, these need to go in here. Organization is key. Save, gotta save. So now we check for typos. So I say, I've been watching classic movies lately. Okay, time for some culture. I will enjoy this movie. Do I actually like this? Am I watching the right movie? I finally watched that classic movie last night. Oh, such a pivotal film. Crucial part of film history. I think I hated it. Oh, definitely. Terrible movie. I never want to see it again. Oh. Hilarious. I'm so funny. I'm just the most funny. No, this is pretty good. I like it. I like it. I don't think I spelled anything wrong. I would love if someone wanted to build a Photoshop plugin. It's to build spell check. If you could build spell check into Photoshop, that would be great. That's correct. I've been watching classic movies lately. Okay, it's got a period. Okay, time for some culture period. I'm gonna take this, turn it to the red I like. Turn this black, just to emphasize that. Copy paste from Word. Yeah, I should do that. Will enjoy this movie. I actually like this. Am I watching the right movie? I'm gonna add an ugh to this. Ugh. Yes. Such a, yeah. Ugh, yes, such a pivotal film. Crucial part. That gives it that like hoity-toity, holier than thou kind of feel that I'm going for. Yes. Ugh, yes. Add a period there. Ugh, yes. Such a pivotal film. A crucial part of film history. Nice. That feels good. Feels good. I like that. I think I hated it. Oh, definitely a terrible movie. I never want to. It's just, yeah. Yep. Ugh. Oh, so good. Okay, guys. I'm pleased with this comic. I think I'm gonna save it out, post it online. It's 5:30, which is pretty good time to post a comic, though. I do this whole thing more for me. So thanks for hanging out with me for the past like 2.5 hours while I doodle and draw and talk and stuff like that. It's been fun. Yeah, I'll let you guys know when I do another one. Thanks for sticking around. Bye, guys.